Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I want to welcome you to Shortcuts for Your Soul. My name is William Michael Forbes. I'm a spiritual medium, a channel, and an intuitive life coach. And today we're going to talk about bursting bubbles with the Ascended. And it's been a very interesting few days on this planet with the energies coming in so intensely. There's a strong amplification of really intense cosmic and fourth and fifth dimensional energies coming in to really empower people with the energy necessary to ascend from being caught up and entrapped in body-mind realities, but also to be proactive in being creative in this realm. And when they said that to me, they said it's really important. Not enough humans are being proactive and creative enough in this realm. Many people are electing for trying to stay safe because of the uncomfortable feelings they have inside about wanting to stay safe. They said being safe is not being safe. They're saying being safe is actually the opposite. It's restricting, inhibiting, and limiting your own creative potentials. And if you're not able to limit yourself or delimit yourself from what you're afraid of, you're going to be stuck in your fear. You're going to be stuck in your anger. You'll be stuck in your shame and your guilt. And it's really important that we learn to let these things go. So bursting the bubbles are the bubbles of our limitations, our fear, our anger, our guilt, our shame, and being able to let those go. And it's going to be more questions and answers than anything else today. Their focus, they're telling me, is that to get you out of this, to get everybody out of the blinders mentality of just looking at what is right in front of you and seeing it only one way without recognizing you are a participant in what's going on. In every respect, you either participate or you do not participate. And if you're not participating in one thing, then what are you participating in? This is a question you have to ask yourself. Are you participating in love? Are you participating in freedom? Are you participating in compassion? Are you participating in joy? Are you participating in playfulness and creativity? Look at the things that you are participating in. If you are participating in fear, you are participating in fear. If you are participating in anger, you are participating in anger and anything that sustains or maintains those things. They're saying it's really that time. The ascension is on us, full on. They're saying we're full into this now. There is no turning back. There's absolutely no turning back from this. Even for those of you who want to keep your eyes closed and pretend things are going to be fine, no, they're only going to be fine if we choose to create them that way. They will not in and of themselves make themselves fine. We are creator beings. You cannot ignore being a creator unless you want somebody else to take care of you, like a government or your mom or your dad, and you do not want to be responsible, then that's a whole other issue. But you will not be able to deny responsibility. At some point, you all have to become responsible. You are in the ascension 100%, and there's no running away from it. It is upon you. Enlightenment or persistent fear, the choice is yours. Enlightenment or persistent fear. That is what we are faced with right now. And it's been very fascinating because I've been feeling these, I don't know about you guys, but these ascension energies are really intense. I felt like I wanted to just jump out of my skin for about the last 3 days. Literally, I just wanted to just not be in this physical dimension because of the challenges that we're watching ourselves having to go through. And we still have to, and yet we have to stay here to make the transition. You can't negate your creative process. The more emotion you feel, the more creative potential you have available to you. And they're very clear on this. The more emotion you feel, the more creative potential you have available to you. The challenge many of you face is that you do not wish to use that potential because with it come consequences, causes, and effects, and you might make mistakes. Yes. So imagine you got the power. I can't remember. There was a movie I saw a long, long time ago about a man who the gods gave power to. It's an old black and white movie. I hope I can remember it. Anyway, they gave this one human the power to create or do or be anything he wanted to. And the first thing he did is he wished for all the wealth of the world, and he got all the wealth of the world. And then he wished to be the leader of the whole world, that he could make the whole world a better place in and of himself. And so he became the world leader. And by the third wish, he was so dispossessed of wanting to be in control of everything. He was realized trying to control everything was not for him. It's not what he wanted to do or be. He just wanted to be a simple, happy human being living his life. And the third wish he ended up making was to try and give the power back to the gods, because the gods, by the second wish, he's just another corrupt human being. He just wants to have control and power over everybody. The humans are a failed experiment. We should just eliminate them, right? That was the movie theme. And his third wish, he said, I want to give this power back because I don't know how to use it yet, right? So they turned around and they said, whoa, wait a minute. Did you see that? Let's leave him with the power and let's just see what they do. So at first they took the power from him and then they restored it to him, but he did not know they restored it back to him. So now he has to figure out through his own trial and error process how to utilize infinite power. From that point forward, he became very mindful about what he wished for, what he hoped for himself and for others. He became very humble in the true sense of the word. So bursting bubbles is about literally looking at the things that we think we have control over, that we don't, and then recognizing what we do have control over, and then to utilize that control effectively over our health. Most of us aren't even healthy. In fact, most of the people making key decisions on this planet in political positions are not healthy people. They're unhealthy people. They're unfit. They're unhealthy, and they're controlling your world. People who do not live in a way that you would like to experience yourself being are in control of you, because you have not taken control of yourselves. It is important to learn how to be who you are 100%, to let go of the emotional energies that do not serve you. And when we say let go, we mean to take those energies, to utilize them in a form and in an expression that is beneficial to your body, to your mind, and to the world around you. To your body, to your mind, and to the world around you. You can use anger creatively. You can use pain creatively. You can use energy, which is emotion, whether it is depression or anxiety. You may utilize this energy creatively and intelligently, reasonably. This is something you will all learn. You are in school, the boat has left the dock, and you are all upon the water, and you are crossing this vast ocean of consciousness from fear to responsibility. From fear to responsibility. And we say from fear to responsibility because fear does not allow you to govern yourself responsibly, but you, of your own volition, may utilize the expressions and energies of fear constructively and creatively and responsibly. You are on that boat from fear to responsibility, moving towards the acceptance and utilization of infinite power. The same power that beats your heart is available to you and your world and your people. And what will you do with it? Will you defer the power to somebody else and allow them to be your power? Or will you become that which you came here to be and do? And will you resist it when others seek to try and make you into what they think you should be? Will you resist that? Will you assert who you are? There were many in your history here on this world that knew when to stand in their purpose and when to stand for the purpose, to act in the purpose, to live in the purpose. Many. Mahatma Gandhi was one. Yes, he was one. A whole empire, one man. He said, freedom, real freedom, does not come from somebody else. Real freedom comes from the awakening to your own principles of right and wrong, and then asserting those peacefully. And then there was another, Martin Luther King Jr. He also came. And he said, freedom is adhering to certain principles that you know in your heart and soul represent the highest expression and ennoblement of who you are as an individual. And he stood peacefully and did this. And then there was another, one you call Nelson Mandela, also. He said, peacefully. He said, freedom comes from within you. It cannot be given to you by others. It is what you are choosing to be. And so long as you do not enslave others with your freedom, then it is truly freedom. You understand that we give you just a few examples that have come forth in your arc to ascension. From the lowest to the highest, you are all climbing. And now you've reached this height, and you're saying, it's scary up here. There is so much up here, so much energy. Yes, but it is what you are. You must not be afraid of your own personal power, as you have been taught to be, to fear what is within you or to fear what is in this world. No, fear is not your master, nor is any other man. You are becoming the master. And to become the master means you must no longer be subjective to your fear, nor the fear of others, nor the posturing of others, but the joy of your being, the creative intelligence that you are, the knowing that you have of what is true, what is false, what is right, and what is wrong for your life. No other person has the authority to decide this for you. But you may all collectively agree on what is right or what is wrong. And we watch that so many of you say yes to one thing and so many of you say no to the same thing, and you have conflict. And yet this ascension is the transcendence of conflict. And yet you must learn to turn inward and know that you are free of this world and free to give to it of yourself from who you are. And yet many of you do not know who you are. Many of you know who you think you are. And it is important to step beyond who you think you are so that you may be what you are instead of thinking about it or waiting for somebody else to think about it for you. So I'm laughing because I'm thinking to them, so this is why you're calling it bursting bubbles. Because we have so many illusions. All of us have illusions about what we think the world is. And then when the world is different than what we think it is, we get a little frustrated, a little upset, right? We don't like it. But you can't know what is right and wrong for yourself if you're only operating based on what you were taught is right or wrong, because that's what you were taught. But I know from my experience that what I've been taught about what is right and wrong and what I know is right and wrong are two different things. And the ascension allows us to transcend the limiting beliefs of the world to bring forth a new set of values and beliefs that are inclusive of everyone, but respectful of everyone, even if their opinions or way is different than ours. But we haven't gotten past trying to impose our way on others, right? We got to get past that. We got to get past that as individuals. We need to get past that as a collective species. Yeah. And so they're saying to me also that it's really important. We got to get over our sense of humans being so special. We're not that special. We are just one small speck in countless grains of sand throughout time and space. We're just one small thing. We have to divest ourselves of our self-importance and realize that there's something greater than our own humanness seeking to articulate itself here. And the Ascension is bringing forth that. It's moving ourselves out of the limitations of the mind and the body and into the freedom that comes with being, who we are as a spiritual being, and understanding the relationship of that spiritual being to all other things. Wow. Bursting bubbles. Yeah. So this weekend has been a real bubble bursting weekend for me. Very, very, I've gone through a lot of humility this weekend, realizing just how much better how much better I can do, how much better we can all do. But that's very humbling. There's so much more that we can all be, instead of being into anger and fear and sadness and oh, poor me. You're too beautiful. You're too beautiful to waste time on sadness and pain and suffering. Do not waste your time on it. Focus on what your love is, what is your passion, what do you enjoy offering to the world, what do you enjoy being and doing in this world, like what gives you joy to do, and do it. Don't waste another precious moment wallowing in your suffering and your pain. Rise above it. The energies are available. The intensification of pain, anger, guilt, and shame, the intensification of those energies is because the ascension energies are coming in. There is a higher frequency of energy coming in here. There is cosmic consciousness moving into human collective unconsciousness right now. And we all better get on it, letting go of our anger and our pain and our guilt. We all got to stop that. We got to get past it. We got to get past thinking I have a right to impose my reality on anybody. We have to get past. We can share our views and our ideas. We can share our information, but we don't have a right to impose anything on anybody. We are all sentient beings on this planet. And someone, might ask, well, what about children? And I would say to that quite simply, children need space to become who they are. They need instruction on who they are, that they are not a body, that they are not this mind, that they are not what the world tells them, that there's something innately beautiful in every child. No matter what they are, there's something innately beautiful in all of us that we all need to recover and remember this incredible light that we are. And they're saying that the biggest bubble to burst is the bubble of who you are not. And and they're saying for this one, it's very painful. And it is. For me to burst the bubble of who I'm not is painful, to realize you've got to let go of who you think you are to become what you already are. You don't have to become what you are. You have to let go of who you are not. And believe me, my guides and angels have been at it full throttle with me for the last 3 or 4 days. Just like, you got to let this go. Let this go. Here, look at this. This is going on. So anytime you got stuff going on inside you, like intense frustration or anxiety or physical discomfort, know there's something inside you directing you and compelling you to make a change in what you are being. Not what that includes what you are thinking. That includes how you are eating. That includes how you are sleeping. What you are allowing to come into your mind. All of those things. I don't watch television anymore. I don't have Netflix. I don't have Prime. I don't have any of that stuff. I just don't. I've got to watch what goes in my mind. Your mind has to be fed as immaculately as your body should be. But most people, I walk down through, people can hardly wait to go into McDonald's after lockdown. First place they went to was McDonald's and fast this and fast that. They've gone right back to it. And you've got to give all that stuff up. You got to give up putting crap in your body. You got to give up putting crap in your mind. You got to stop it. You got to stop it. Stop. Just stop. Give your mind and body some real food, light, love, living, green, vital food, stuff that's alive, will nurture your body. Tell the body you love it. Get rid of your fast food and your caffeine and your alcohol. That shit is killing us as a species. Drugs, alcohol, that shit is killing us. And we have to stop. The ascension energies are very high. And those things these things are good for you. Alcohol, caffeine, fast food, those things are going to make the pain of ascension even greater, because the desire for the body to incorporate a higher frequency, because the body moves towards pain and avoidance pleasure. So you've got to give that up. You got to give the things up that are holding you down, because something's pulling us all up right now. It's called ascension. So if you're feeling increased discomfort, it's because there's a contradiction. There's a opposition between what is right for you and what is not right for you. And if you're doing things that are not right for you, if you're not drinking proper water, if you're not drinking proper water regularly, if you're not going out and grounding, getting beautiful earth energy in your body, if you're not breathing and meditating and getting vibrant energy in your consciousness, quieting your mind, feeding your mind with good food as well as feeding your body, well, then your suffering is going to be worse, not better. This lockdown, all this stuff has benefits to it. Get away from fast food. Get our focus off distractions of sexuality, the distractions of sensational pleasure. Get our attention off the distractions so that we can formulate and incorporate these higher ascension energies coming into our being, so we can manifest the fourth and fifth dimensional reality that's trying to assert itself here. And what we see on the planet with you is many of you fighting on many levels to try and maintain some false sense of control over the world, over your money, over the people. And it will not work. You cannot escape. When God comes, you cannot escape. When ascension comes, you cannot escape. No matter what gyrations or machinations you use, no matter what political manipulations you use, no matter what deceptions you may give yourself about, I'm just going to have one coffee a day. I'll just drink one drink a week. No. If you put a little bit of poison into a body, it's a little poisoned. And if you put a little more, it's a little more. And same too with your mind. It is very important. Yes. So bubbles bursting. My bubbles have been bursting. I don't know about you guys, but I'm sure from the calls and the information the people have been running to, it's been a real, I'll use the term shitstorm of emotions for humanity as a whole. And it's because we're so attached, clinging feverishly to our pain and our fear and our suffering. People think that lockdowns we're protecting ourselves. No, you're clinging to your fear. Wearing masks, you're clinging to your fear. Making rules and laws that restrict and constrain, you're clinging to your fear of what is coming. And it is coming. It is happening right now. And it is important you to embrace it with light and with love, for the transformation that is occurring on your planet and in your species is a wondrous event if you are willing to allow it. To move forward fearlessly is the only way you can step into the doors of heaven, which are here and now. You cannot go into heaven with fear. You cannot go into heaven with anger. You cannot go into heaven with depression and sadness. That is not heaven. That is hell. Give up hell. We won't waste our time, and we will not waste our words. But we will say to you that you are very close, all of you, to being free. But you cling so tightly to your fear and your anger and your judgment of each other. And what you really fear is, what would your life be like without all of that? Because that is all you have known, most of you. Your anger, your judgment, your fear. You have clung to it through your movies, your shows. You've held on to it like it was the only raft in the ocean of life. But nay, there's something within you that's greater than all of your fears combined, and all of its children. And there's no action or policies you can create for yourself or for others that will enable you to escape what is coming within you. And it is coming within you. It is not in the world, it is happening within all of you. We call it the ascension. You might call it enlightenment and illumination, the end of your suffering. But you seem to cling to it so diligently. Yes, we find that quite funny, that some of you want to cling to your suffering. And you go back to it, looking for it. You miss your suffering. You give it up for a few minutes. You find it. You go to sleep at night, and you wake up in the morning, and you look for your pain. And where is your fix for suffering and pain and guilt and fear? You go to it so quickly. Can you sit quietly without that fear, without looking for it, without being seduced by it? And then using your body as an excuse to hide. Using your body as an excuse, something to hide behind. That your innocent little body, which is merely an instrument for you, your innocent little body, you think that you getting pleasure from its senses is the solution. Well, I'll make myself feel better. I'll go and have more sex. I'll drink more alcohol. I'll have more caffeine. I'll do more drugs. And you think that will liberate you from your suffering, and it does not. Does it? It does not. It does not eliminate your suffering from you at all. How often have you tried that? Oh, I won't do that again because I suffer now. But you do it again and you suffer. No, that will not work. and we know it will not work. We watch it. This one has done it many times before. Right? He's learned. It took him a long time. Thank you. Don't get me wrong, I am by no means perfect. I've got lots of flaws, and there are beings on this planet now that are far more evolved and advanced than I am in understanding some of what these beings are saying. But I do know this, that I'm done with suffering. I've been done with suffering for a long time, and I've been reworking and reprogramming my mind with light and love, and learning to be open to my guides and angels, to listen to higher information. And I'll tell you something, when you start connecting to these higher beings, you're going to be in for a ride, because they will not lie to you. They will not sugarcoat it for you. They're going to tell you the truth, right? Stop drinking coffee. Stop drinking alcohol. Stop eating fast food that poisons your body. Get out and exercise. They're not going to lie to us. They're not lying to me. And I've been stubborn. It's only been the last couple of years that I've actually been taking them seriously. It's only been the last couple of years I've actually been hearing them, And most of you are just beginning to hear them. And you're uncomfortable with it already. The little voice says, I shouldn't do that. I shouldn't do that. And you do it anyway. And we all go through that process. And it's not a judgment. It's just a reality. We have to learn. But time is running short in terms of this process of integration. Fear and our desire to hold on to it causes very specific behaviors that are creating very precise results in this world. And love as an energy does something very different. And yeah, they're saying they're not talking about the love. We're not talking about the love that is created by your mind. The mind of, oh, you are so beautiful, you're so beautiful. No, we are not talking about that love. We are talking about a love that does not need to declare itself, for its actions speak its truth of its existence. Love does not need to be spoken. It is to be done. And it will be done. Wow. Yeah. So yeah, that's bursting bubbles for us, guys? This is a different, again, the intensity of the guides and angels that are coming, the beings that are coming into this planet to communicate with us, to guide us, to lead us, to support us, is getting stronger and stronger. And the more we resist, the more we hold on to the old self, the more uncomfortable things are going to get. So let's stop holding on to fear. Let's stop acting on fear. Let's stop doing things that are damaging to our bodies. Stop doing things that are thinking things that are harmful to our mind, and start becoming and being what we already are, right? Bringing it forth into this world. Anyway, yeah. So we're going to go to some questions and answers. This is again, this has been a very intense day for me, because I knew something big was coming. I knew they were going to be really straight up front with us, and they have been. And that we needed. We all needed. The humanity needs a kick in the butt, And it's better that we get it from them than get it from the natural potential things that can happen because of our insistence to be governed by fear. The actions of fear create the deeds that are very different than the actions of love. I want to repeat that again. The actions of fear create deeds and results that are very different than the actions and deeds of love. And it's by the fruits of our actions that we shall know what is governing our consciousness. And if you look in the world and how the global governments are behaving and how the masses are functioning, we are not functioning from love. We are functioning from fear as a collective species. And it has to stop. We cannot let fear continue to govern our social science, our social systems, nor our political system. Love must become the dominant driving force in all areas of life. Not greed, not fear, love, right? Let's get into some questions and answers. I'm just going to, yes, suffering is a great lesson. I'm just scrolling up. Good morning. Hi, everybody. Hi. Hello, Tika. Just scrolling up here, folks. Yeah, it's been for me, it's been like this for quite some time. It's really been a real challenge for me to get to this place of recognizing this is the final cliff. I stand on this precipice between the old self and the new self. We, as a species, that's where we are. We are between the old self and the new self, and we have a choice. We can step over the precipice, let go of our fear, and go forward in love. But it's hard, for all those people that have been improperly eating, have been lost in matter, that are caught in their suffering, that are involved in drugs, alcohol, caffeine, all the things that damage and decay the body, all the movies and TV and stuff that damage and decay the mind. All those people are going to have the hardest time of all to make the transition because they're so entrenched in fear being their focus. You cannot turn on a television without finding fear somewhere. There's somewhere on TV. I don't care what channel you watch. Anything that's on TV now is mostly fear-based, and people are addicted to fear, just as they are addicted to fast food, just as they are addicted to suffering, just as they're addicted to drugs and alcohol, caffeine. It's the same thing. We have to let our fear go. We have to let it go completely. It is not who we are. Good morning, Heather. I'm trying something new today, too. Question. Oh, wow. Was just going to scroll way up here. Good morning, everybody. Yeah, thank you. Thank you to my patron supporters. I really appreciate it. Shout out to all of you guys. Thank you so much. I hope you guys that didn't make the last patrons only event, I hope you got a chance to go see the recording up on the Patreon page. It's there for all of you. Question from Nicole. Any messages from me from Archangel Orion? Thank you. He says to keep walking as you are in gentle, he's saying the word gentle humility. Keep walking in your gentle humility. He says also to strengthen the extension of your love through your practice, through your hands. You may give of the love of your soul through your hands. Yes. So walk. Yeah. Well, you heard. There you go. Thank you. Thank you, Nicole. Adam, this is Adam's asking, can I ask Archangel Sandalphon if it will be profitable for me to buy, sell fitness equipment with the company that I have in mind, and what exactly should I do to approach this? Go and meet them. Go and meet them. You are so insistent on this, you should do it. Why do you not pay attention to what you already know? For you have been contemplating this for some time, and now you need to take action. But we would encourage you to consider, are you acting from love, or are you acting from fear? Are you acting from the possibilities of how you will ennoble and improve the lives of others? Or are you simply thinking of yourself? These are what you need to consider before you pick up the phone. To whom are you offering your service and why? Whom do you serve? Wow. Wow. Oh, I'm going to put this up on the screen because I think it's really important. Patricia just saw today that eating a large McDonald's fries is as bad as smoking 83 cigarettes. Wow. That does not surprise me. But again, you watch the people that come in and out of McDonald's. You watch the people that come in and out of other fast food stores. You can see very clearly what has happened. People have gotten so lost. Yes, I understand. I understand. So they're just saying to me, they're saying, tone it down. I'm not supposed to. They're telling me I'm not supposed to get involved in that, where they can be more detached than I can. It is obvious to anybody with a keen eye and an open mind that you can see that which is not good for you and that which is. Yeah, I wouldn't have said that. I would have said something a little different than that. Okay. Oh, thank you very much, love doggies. Robin is asking, let's see here. Should my son move back to New York City in October? Wow, I get an immediate, like a big red X, just literally leapt up in my consciousness. Now, who's that from? There's somebody watching over him. It's a male. It's an archangel. I don't know this one, but an archangel very clearly saying no. Big red X, no. Wait until February or March. Tell him to wait until February or March. Do not let his fear cloud his knowledge and knowing. Tell him, do not let your fear cloud what you know. Do not let your fear of what you may lose or what you may not lose cloud what you know. Wow. Who is that? I'm curious now. He's got very, I'm seeing these really brown and white wings, almost like an eagle's feather. A shaman. This is a native shaman, but he presents as an archangel to the way I feel an archangel's energy. Somewhere a native elder with the name something eagle, brown eagle. Yes, brown eagle. Thank you. Funny when you learn to. It takes a bit of practice. You learn. You stay with the information they give you, because our brains have to we have to reorganize our brains, separate ourselves. Pardon me. I have to learn to reorganize my brain, separate my awareness from what I think I know, and allow the information to come in until I can feel what I'm interpreting matches what the vibration I'm feeling. Till I feel here matches there. And you learn to do that. In our courses in class, we teach you how to learn to interpret and understand the nonverbal and sometimes the clairvoyant information or clairaudient information they give you in a way that you can download it, bring it into form without your mind interfering with it or minimally interfering with it, so that you can present what they're trying to communicate to others or to you even, what you need to know, because they're all with us right now. The numbers are staggering. Like, I literally feel like I'm in a crowded subway train sometimes with these guys, right? That's my own perception of their energy. They're laughing because that's not the case. There's tons of space, in limitless space. Wow, thank you, Angela. Yes, share this video out. Like, Oh, hang on. I want to share this from Patricia as well. She's on day 14 of no beer for her, carrot juice and water. I feel better than I imagined I would, and I really easy to keep going. Woohoo! Patricia, congratulations, Patricia. That's when you cry, get goosebumps over it, they're just celebrating. They're sending you all kinds of love. You're breaking through. They're saying you will hear us soon. When this is clearer, as this gets clearer, then please listen. Listen to us. Wow. Congratulations. That's such a beautiful transition. Getting away from the alcohol. Your body, literally, this is the temple of a living God. This body was made for you by the creative intelligence, vastly more intelligent than we are, okay? It created and designed all of these systems, and most of which you never even think about. It designed that body that you're in right now, that intelligence. You didn't design it. You can't even build an eyeball, never mind a finger or a toe or a liver cell. But this intelligence made it for you, and how do you treat it? You were given one of the greatest gifts you could possibly be given. How do you treat it? Do you treat it with reverence and respect and regard? I still got a long way to go in that. There's still much more I can do. There's always something we do to improve and ennoble and honor the gift that has been given to us in the form of this physical body. It's an incredible gift. Beautiful, Patricia. Congratulations. Please keep that up. And thank you, Patricia, for sharing that. People need to hear that. Question from our magical Buddha. Hello, magical Buddha. Can they tell in orders of magnitude how small humanity is compared to other civilizations? They're laughing. Oh my goodness, they're laughing so hard. They're saying your mind cannot comprehend the distinction between these two. You would have to be in full awareness of who you are to understand what it is you are comparing one to another. We do not do that, for we recognize the silliness of comparing one to another when there is no great and there is no small, for greater gets greater and smaller gets smaller. So there is a comparison in your mind that is uncomparable. You cannot even conceive of it in your mind. Your mind is incapable of it. Only you, in the essence of your being, can know the full measure that even the smallest is as the greatest. And from there, you'd have nothing but gratitude and wonder and appreciation and respect. You would not be so curious to question as you would be excited to experience. Great question, Magical Buddha. Thank you so much. Question from Grace. Hi, Grace. As nothing outside of ourselves has any power over us, how does alcohol, caffeine, and fast food have power? That's a really great question. It's not that they have power over you. They affect the temple of your body. They have very precise effects on your body, chemically speaking. They have your body is not who you are. It's an animal that you inhabit, that was created for you to inhabit, that has certain rules that are restricted to its realm of consciousness. And so, yeah, you as a soul may be unaffected, but your body is not. I would challenge you to drink a gallon of gasoline. If what you are saying is true, then drink a gallon of gasoline. It will have no effect on you any more than McDonald's or alcohol. Oh, it's only gasoline. It is a chemical. It's a very strong chemical. And there are chemicals in those fast foods that are not conducive to the vitality of the divine instrument in which you are residing at this moment, listening to us. You gave them the power. You believe that makes you feel good. That caffeine makes you feel so good. That alcohol makes me feel so good. That drug makes me feel so good. You gave it the power. And you were lost in the power of it that you gave it. Wow. Question from Heather. I take the 12 cell salts called bioplasma by Highlands. I recommend them for everyone. But what about these what about supplements? Can I take kelp and iodine and green drink and turmeric? Does this help? Yes, absolutely. Anything that is living, vital, that will add to the balance, the harmonization of the chemical relationships of all the aspects in your body between one part and another, will be good for you. Your current human world is deficient now in many of these things and horribly imbalanced. And so it is to be appreciated and honored when you are able to deliberately and intentionally become mindful of your own chemistry, what your body needs, and be able to fulfill the need of it so that it can be in perfect tunement for your expression here. To attune it, to attune your body, to attune your body to who you are, not to tune who you are to your body. The body cannot tune itself when you're in it. It is your servant. It requires you to govern it. So we would say to that, absolutely, do as you will. And be mindful. Because as you do, you will. And so it will be. I got a question from Reflection. What does it mean to be multidimensional? Well, you already are multidimensional. I am multidimensional. We are all multidimensional. It's just that most of you think you are just a body and you function on just one dimension of awareness, a very small part. To be aware that you are a body, that you are also not a body, that you have a mind. These are 3 dimensions in and of themselves, your body, your mind, and your awareness. Those are 3 dimensions. Then you move into that which you are not yet, that which is you that is aware of that which is you that is aware that you have a mind and have a body. And as you expand your awareness beyond the limiting perceptions of experience, you are able to embrace more of what you call time and space and the variances of consciousness and diversity of expressions that go throughout creation as you understand it. So you may move freely through many levels of experience and energy, but you cannot move up until you let go of where you are. And so you seek to understand something that you wish to understand, but you are holding on to something that prevents you from understanding that which you are seeking. Sit your body down, go into quiet meditation, get it still, get it quiet, get your mind still and get it quiet, get your awareness still and quiet. And then you may be able to glimpse that dimension, that 4th, that 5th, that 6th, that 7th, those dimensions, as many above as are below. But you cannot glimpse anything when you are looking at something else. Still your body, still your mind, still your being, still your being. And then you'll be ready to know what multidimensional consciousness is. But we cannot explain to you that which you do not understand, but you may avail yourself of this. As we have said, still your body, still your mind, still your being. Wow. Thank you, Reflection. Really appreciate that question. Great questions today, guys. Okay, a question from Patricia. If we don't get it together this time, are we in for another 20? Sorry. Their response is saying, first of all, there is only one lifetime. There is only one lifetime as you are. But you may have many incarnations. And if you do not know that you are one lifetime, then you will experience as if you had many. And your illusion of suffering can be prolonged unnecessarily, but it will also end as quickly as it began when you know who you are. From the practical standpoint of what you're speaking, yes, from this perspective, you are in a position with your consciousness as a species to ameliorate to ameliorate your suffering or to increase it. And we do not see you doing very well at ameliorating it, as you are finding more and more ways of creating more fear. And so we, from this perspective would seem that the former is more likely to occur than the latter, as long as you choose to hold on to your suffering. But not all of you will. Not all of you will have to repeat this. Not all of you will have to continue this silly game. Many of you are waking up in great numbers right now. Many of you are waking up and saying, I wish to honor the gift. I wish to become the custodian of light. I wish to have clarity. I wish to offer my being as light to this world. I wish to be what I am, and what I am and what I will be will organize this world. And it is happening right now. It is happening right now. Thank you. Great question, Patricia. Thank you. Another one I love. Hello, I am universe. My addiction is cigarettes. I'm having a terrible time quitting. Any advice? They're laughing. They're saying, stop having a terrible time when you're quitting. Make it fun. Make your quitting fun. Do you hear us? If you are having a terrible time quitting, why would you quit? Why would you quit if you are having a terrible time? You would not want to quit. Have a good time quitting, and you will quit. Have a good time quitting, and you will quit. A good time. Get excited. Get playful. Celebrate. Hallelujah, you're free. But do not have a terrible time quitting anything, or you will not quit, because it will be terrible. That's hilarious. Oh my gosh. Hi, KL. Ciao. Any tips on connecting to these beings ourselves? Absolutely. Come and take our mediumship courses. You want to connect? You're connected to them right now. You are connected to them right now. It's not something that's happening. It's happening right now. But you can learn the process, the steps. There are steps for getting your body prepared, getting your mind prepared. Your mind is too damn noisy. If it's too damn noisy, you're not going to hear anything outside than what's in your mind. And what's in your mind comes from your past. So how can you hear anything new? How can you hear us? You cannot hear us. In your head, you cannot hear us. You don't want to hear us. When you want to hear us, you will learn to quiet your body. You will learn to still your mind. You will learn and do. Thank you, Chow. Chow, Chow. Okay. Question from Terry. Question: is there any messages? Am I making the right move to be in real estate? Real estate. They're laughing. They're saying you must learn to be in the real estate. You must learn to be in the real estate, not the pretend estate, the real estate. And then you will know what is the real estate to be involved in. But you cannot pretend to be in real estate and be in real estate. If you wish to be in real estate, then become real. And then you will decide whether or not, if this working with land and the buying and the trading of land represents the real estate that you are. But if you do not know who you are, then how can you possibly know what you are really supposed to do? Which is why many of you ask these questions. You are asking because you are not being who you are, so how can you know what to do? We come through this one as often as we do to give you the opportunity to become real with yourselves, to hear simple things. Clean your mind, clean your body, listen to us. Get past yourself, this false self. Wow. Thank you, Terry. Great question. Bursting bubbles. Wow, that was something. This is it's great. You guys, I love you. I love these guys. The ascended are the most intense. And as these energies increase, they're telling me that we're going to be bringing more stuff through than ever before, from many channelers, many mediums who have honored the temple property, who have cleared the mind enough, that have begun to connect to source energy, to the essence of the very light that is giving you life, and to let that light shine through you. It's hard for a light to shine through a dirty window. Clean your body, clean your mind. You want to learn some fundamental principles, as somebody's asked already? Come to our courses. We got our Mediumship 102 course starting this Saturday. You can go to my website and register for it. Learn the simple fundamentals. Quiet your mind. Clean your body. Connect to your higher awareness. Get it still. Ground. Put living things in your body. Connect with nature. It is not that difficult. But some would tell you it is. Oh, I'm suffering so terribly. I better go get my prescription to take away this confusion in my mind. Laziness. Absolute laziness. Drugs and pills to end your confusion because you're too lazy to sit down long enough to train your mind to be your servant. This one knows. He went through this. We told him he was lazy too. He was very lazy for many years. He's lazy no more. No, it's true. I went through serious addiction and alcoholism, and I was a 30-year cigarette smoker, and I loved caffeine, right? All that stuff. It's just bullshit. It really is. It was just bullshit. Bullshit that I bought into, believing that I was a body mind. Anyway, thank you for that question, Terry. Question. What is next in terms of career? Danielle's asking, what is next in terms of career? Again, we find your sincerity to know the truth is there, but you seek to find the truth, the fulfillment of what your heart is calling for. You still seek to get it from the world first. When first you must liberate your heart and then give what your heart has to give to the world. The career you seek is what you are being. When you are being what you are confused because you are looking out there to find a thing that will fulfill you out there. But what is out there will not fulfill you, nor has it fulfilled any of you unless it is from within you. Then if what you are doing is from within you, then what you will do in this world will fulfill you. And then your career will be fulfilling, and it will be meaningful to others. It will be meaningful to you, for you will know you're coming from your heart and not seeking to find your heart's fulfillment in this world, which it can never be. This world cannot fulfill your heart. Your heart can fulfill this world and give to it something it needs. Something it needs right now. Great question, Danielle. And yes, I'm just saying that, I'm saying to them right now, I'm saying, isn't this something that everybody needs? I'm asking them, isn't this something everybody needs? They're saying, yes. Everybody needs to understand that each and every one of us has within them, the career of our dreams is within you. It's already in you. You just have to get this quiet. You watch so many scary movies and this, that, and you got so much clutter in your mind, you can't even see what's buried inside you because it literally is buried inside you under a mountain of gobbledygook thrown into your mind through your 5 physical senses. Get the shit out of your mind so you can be free, please. Humanity needs us to wake up. This earth needs us to wake up. The animals need us to wake up. They cannot wait forever. This planet is not going to sustain itself the way it is. it has its own life too. And if you give love, you will experience love. You give fear, you'll experience fear. Wow. Okay. I'm going to scroll down here a little bit further here. Wow. This has been a very powerful day, guys. Question from John Schmidemark. Can you ask my guides what I can do more to hear them more clearly? I experience stillness in meditation, but no contact. They're saying the stillness that you feel still has a boundary of your self-identity. Are you willing to let that self go to hear us as we are? For the self that you have become in your stillness has still a foot in the old being that cannot be in the new being. If you liberate yourself from even the stillness, you will hear us, all of us. What do you mean by all of us? They're saying all of what you call the angelic and divine hierarchies, all of those that are in resonance with truth, are in resonance with the concept of unity and harmony and the selfless functionality of interdependent consciousness. But you cannot find that in separateness. You can only find that in unity. So tell this one in his stillness to let his stillness go, to be free of trying to hear, even to be free of trying at all, to let go of his separateness. We are waiting. We are very close. We are within earshot. You are listening to us now, and you wish to hear us as you hear us now, but you must let go in the silence. You must let go. Wow. That's really cool, John. Thank you for bringing that up. So yeah, in a meditative state, you can get your body quiet, you can get your mind quiet, and now you're just awareness. But what do you do at that point? Now you're just awareness, but you're still an awareness functioning as something that's separate and distinct from infinite intelligence. And when you can drop the ego completely, that's the last. Yes, they're saying to me, he's at his last step. They're saying, John, you're at the last step of ego. You just have to let that last part go. Wow, John, thank you so much for sharing that. That's a great question. You know, when you guys ask questions, I get to learn from these guys too, right? Because I don't think of asking some of these questions, right? It's great. I love it. Yeah. Yes, I'm sorry to hear that. Sorry to hear that, white girl. Wonderful. I think we're really good, guys. I think we're done for the day. This is it for today. I want to thank everybody. If you want to please support this work, go to my Patreon page, become a Patreon member for as little as $5 a month. You support this work. You support a charity we support that goes out and rescues children from the sex slave trade and the human trafficking rings. We support that with all the donations. Not all the donations, but 20% of everything goes towards that. Get over to my Patreon page. Support this channel. You know, this is what I do. This is what I do for a living now. This is what I've been told to do, so I'm doing it. So go to my Patreon page, support it here. You can also support me through my PayPal. I believe on my YouTube channel, there's a link to my PayPal channel. You can offer me a donation through my PayPal channel. You can also really support this work. Learn to connect your own guides and angels. Come and take our mediumship courses. Go to my website, williammichaelforbes.com. And our mediumship 102 course is beginning this Saturday. Sign up for it. You want to learn to connect your guides and angels, learn to break down the limiting beliefs, the ideas that are holding you back. Because that's what the second level is all about. Releasing the old rocks. Sorry, they're just telling me to stop. So I want to wish everybody a joy-filled day. I'll look forward to seeing you on Wednesday. on Shortcuts for Soul. Gosh knows, like with these energies ramping up right now, I have absolutely no idea what's going to happen anymore. I'm just letting these guys come through. I'm going to let it just flow the way they're letting it flow. And it's something we all need to get to. Stop harming your body. Stop harming your mind. This is all we have to say to you. Stop harming. Much love, everybody. I will see you guys on Wednesday on Shortcuts for Your Soul. And wow. Again, thank you for your questions, your answers, your support, your respect. Much love to all of you. All of you. Much, much love. Enjoy your day. Bye for now.